Most of us walk into our workplaces believing we see things exactly as they are, assuming we evaluate complaints and requests with pure objectivity. But every piece of information we process is filtered through an invisible psychological lens, our internal map. This diagram illustrates how that map functions. A clean piece of objective information enters the jagged lens of our internal map and emerges bent and misshapen. We process, distort, and translate reality before we are even consciously aware it's happening. When a manager makes a poor decision or a frontline employee mishandles a routine service request, it rarely stems from a lack of technical skill. They are reacting to a reality that their internal map has already warped. We must ask what causes this internal map to distort our perception in the first place. The friction usually originates within our unexamined mental states, physical conditions, and subconscious biases. To correct this, we can use a systematic, deliberate pause, an internal checklist to calibrate our mental state before engaging in high-stakes interactions. Without this deliberate self-calibration, our professional service quality is completely surrendered to our daily fluctuating moods and hidden prejudices. The first checkpoint involves the physical baseline. Consider your levels of fatigue, stress, and burnout on any given workday. Physical exhaustion acts as a cognitive blinder. As bodily resources deplete, the brain's capacity for empathy narrows. This chart tracks that relationship. As stress rises, empathy capacity drops until the mind crosses into survival mode, registering interactions as obstacles. Under this threshold, staff dismiss valid concerns, lacking cognitive bandwidth to process others' needs. Asking yourself, "Am I tired or stressed today?" serves as a diagnostic of your professional competence in that exact moment. The second variable shaping our map is the hidden minefield of our defensive triggers. A trigger is a specific scenario, a tone of voice, or a type of feedback that bypasses logic and makes us want to protect ourselves rather than listen. When the ego is triggered, the brain's active listening centers shut down. A smooth interaction hits a rigid obstacle and becomes combative or dismissive. This requires the second checklist question: what exact situations most frequently make me want to defend myself? Identifying these triggers is the only way to emotionally disarm them before they sabotage an interaction. The third variable is the speed of our cognitive labeling. To save cognitive energy, the brain categorizes people prematurely. We apply labels like difficult or uncooperative to a customer or colleague within seconds. This flowchart shows a cognitive shortcut. A neutral input routes through a negative label, bypassing analysis directly into a dismissive outcome. We judge before they finish speaking. However, a forced pause halts this reaction, rerouting focus back to the objective problem. Unexamined assumptions blind managers to the systemic organizational problems that are often hidden within a complaint. Applying these variables daily requires the discipline of self-reflection, or Refleksi Diri. This practice functions as a micro-habit, taking a brief mental pause before high-stakes interactions. This internal scan zeroes out the three variables. You check stress levels, acknowledge triggers, and drop assumed labels, untangling reactions into an orderly approach. Recognizing internal bias and self-correcting in real time is a defining trait of true leadership. When these habits of self-reflection are adopted across a team, the nature of their collective output changes. Clearing internal biases allows for client interactions that are more objective and solution-oriented. Ultimately, the overall quality of a company's service directly reflects the underlying mental state of the people providing it. You must master your own internal map before you can navigate the complexities of managing others.